We are having a hell of a time tonight. I tell you. I'm telling you. It is just one of those nights. Man, oh man, oh man. So what happened? Girl, I'm telling you, it's a lot of technical problems. The hydro went out over here where I am. So it just blew everything away, and you're gonna have to wait for me to readjust here. It's a lot of technical issues right about now, girl. Right about now. The power just knocked everything out of place. So all of my stuff is out of sync. I have no clue what looks good and what doesn't look good, and so you guys gonna go through this with me right about now. There we go. Man, oh man, that's interesting. Raw and real, right? Raw and real, I guess. Victor, you can come back in now. Hopefully you can come back. Lord, I hope everything is recording properly. Nicolette, can you let me know if it's recording properly by giving us a thumbs up? I don't see us recording. I don't see... Oh, wait a minute. There we go. There we go. Yeah. We're sort of back. Here we go. Yeah, it is. Everything is going to be a mess because... Yeah, the power went out where I live. I live in a very small town, and it's minus 31 here, and the power just kicked us off. Teresa's in Barbados, so she's going like, what's going on? Nothing going on. Girl, there's a lot going on over here, so... Yeah, so whatever you guys have to do, I am so sorry. I gotta readjust everything again and do a whole bunch of technical stuff. We were talking about microaggressions, and apparently the hydro heard me and said, yeah, well, let me show you what microaggressions look like. And it aggressively kicked me off. So let me try to readjust the screens here again. I had them working perfectly. Yeah, you on both screens. Oh my god. Anyways, let's continue the conversation because I will be here all night trying to figure this out.
Because when you abruptly left, I continue chatting about the negative racial stereotypes that affect the attitude towards African Americans, or Afro Americans as we typically refer to.
Yeah.
And the description of the problem was, since history has a significant role in shaping attitudes towards the African Americans.
Well, let's go back and let's do the microaggression. Let's do the script, and me keep pausing now. What do you call it? Just give me 1 second. We were talking about microaggressions and how.
Yeah, you were explaining what it really is to those.
Yeah, exactly. And how, we have to deal with that in society. My son had everything hooked up nicely, and now everything is going to be a pain in the butt because, yeah, that's fun. Anyhow, you know what? We're going to do it however it looks like. We are so sorry. I can't really fix too much of it now, and I'm trying to do the back end here, but that's a lot of technical work that I would have to do, and it's not going to happen while I'm live on the screen. So I am so sorry. You're going to have to do my freezing again like last week. So here we go. So Teresa, we're going to do a little skit of microaggression, and which part do you want to play? You want to be the aggressor, or you want to be the,
You're the one that's going to come with your busyness.
Okay, so ready? Here we go. I'm going into a character. Okay, here we go. So hi Teresa, how are you? I heard that.
Good. How are you?
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry that you as a single mom have to deal with. I'm speaking. I am. Are you getting angry? Can you just?
No,
I am not. I am. So normally what happens is when someone is speaking, it's actually polite for you to just wait your turn. Okay. So as I was saying that, I heard that you know. As a single mom, I know it's might be a little bit difficult for you to get to work on time. So, if there's anything that I can help you or the team can help you with getting to work on time as a single mom, we will really like to help you with that.
Okay, hold on.
Again, you're interrupting.
Stop.
Oh my God, she's so aggressive though. Oh my God. Oh.
Are you part of HR?
Wow. She just said HR. You know what? I thought I was helping you, but I realize now. See, this is the problem. This is the problem that some people have. This is the problem. This is the problem that you may have. So normally, the mannerly thing to do is to like wait your turn in a conversation. Okay? So you're being disrespectful. You're being disrespectful. Okay, I'm gonna leave because you seem angry. You seem angry, and you're drinking. We don't drink at work. Okay, so I'm gone. Anyways, so what do you got? What are we doing this weekend? Oh, so we're going to have like a team meeting. Yeah, Teresa can't make it because single moms have this hard time finding babysitters, and she asked me to let you guys know that it's really complicated for her to, make it. Scene. You weren't supposed to come at me so much. You were supposed to shut up. Girl, don't you know did you remember the script? Lord. Anyways. So it goes something like that. Not so obvious sometimes. Not so obvious sometimes. So it'd be like, for example, let's say you were Asian American and a student is is complimented by the professor by speaking perfect English, for example, but it's actually her first language. That's a microaggression right there. A black man notices that a white woman flinches or clutches her bag as she sees him in the elevator and she's about to enter, and in a painful reminder of a racial stereotype. Or a woman speaks up in an important meeting. A black woman speaks up in an important meeting, but she can barely get a word in without being interrupted and just told that, like how I just told Teresa, maybe lower your voice. You sound a little bit angry, a little bit. We don't talk that way here. You ever heard that one? So when we were having the discussion last night, you and Nicolette, you guys were, you were starting to realize, wait a minute, maybe I wasn't being sensitive in that situation. Maybe this was actually really happening to me. Remember that? Yeah. So anyhow, so those are some examples, and that was our little skit of microaggression. So I hope you guys understand what a microaggression is and realize that when it's happening to you, you are not crazy and you're not sensitive. You're being disrespected. And it is the small things. Yeah, it is the small things. I'm going to put back here that we're back. We are back live. So people can know that to come on back and see us. They're having a good old time that we the hydro we call it hydro here in Canada. You might call it the power or electrical or whatever went out. Nicolette, can you post on all our social medias that we're back live, and so people can come back? We had quite a bit of people in here, and they're now gone, and they get to see me freeze every 2 seconds now because the system is back messing up because I had all the settings are out now all over the place. Anyways, Teresa, continue. Stereotypes.
Yeah, the stereotype. So we have many within our cultures and race from the entertainment industry, which we are so familiar with. Let me get my piece here. Yes. Okay, the description of the problem. The racial stereotypes of early American history have a significant role in shaping the attitudes and real mind towards our African Americans during this time. Images of the sample, remember sample?
Mm-hmm.
The Jim Crow, the savage, the mommy,
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
We were having a good conversation on Friday. Our 1 hour meeting on Friday went a little bit longer because, you know, and this is the issue. This is the issue. Hold on. This is the issue. When stuff like that happens, good night, hi Victor. Don't be laughing at us. Hi baby Eiffel. He goes, pay our light bill. Victor, he said pay. He goes, pay when a light bill. Whatever. Good night. Hi baby Eiffel. Thanks guys for coming back. Rudy, come back. I know you were in there too, so come on back. Anyhow, this is the thing, is that when a lot of these things that happen to black women, you know, we start normalizing it. Like you saw the situation there in the beginning. We played the Sir Mix-a-Lot song, you know, Big Bucks You Cannot Smile, and you see these things happen in society. It started out where, and during slavery, they would dress the black women in very either naked or skin-fit clothing, and then when they were around their black men, they had to wear longer garments to cover themselves, including their hair, every part of them except only their face and hands and feet were exposed. And so it was okay to sexualize the black women around the white men and other cultures, but it's never okay to sexualize with black women around black men. So you know. And then they would do things like accentuate the butt, you know, make the butt, the feature, everything about the butt. The black woman's butt was just considered, it was like, it wasn't an admiration, but it is admiration, by the way, but it turned it into an evil side. So more of like, it's disgusting and gross to look at. Everything about a black woman is disgusting and gross to look at. But yet, we've now seen that the normalization of the black woman, oh, there we go. As soon as I take it off of there, as the black woman's body has now gone into sculpting, right? Where other cultures are taking quote unquote features of the black women. Again, not every black woman has a big butt, people. That's a stereotype. Not every black woman have a big butt, but we do have pronounced bums because it's part of our cultural makeup. Many of us, right? And they talked about the enhancement of the black breasts. Black women's breasts are bigger. That's a folktale because not all black women's breasts are big, but we do have big breasts in the black community. Again, that has to do with the cultural foods that we eat, right? And again, big hips.
Oh, I mean, they only call them cultural food, but everyone may not know.
When I say cultural food is for roots food, the different, you see what we don't, the food, the oils, the different things like that, the, the oils, and then also too, some of the features are from different tribes in Africa as to where we come from and kind of distinct of where you come from. So there's a lot of history and a lot of makeup and a lot of identifiers of the black woman's body. But they took something that's normal to us and took it and sexualized it into a negative. It's negative when it's on the black woman's body, but it's positive when it's on other people's body. Okay, you have people going around and getting their ass injected, and I'm going to say the word ass, injected, and it's beautiful. But when it's on a black woman, it's disgusting and gross and big and over accentuated and too much and whatever. It goes negative, right? But now we ourselves have now done it to ourselves too, where we are actually sexualizing ourselves, making us using more skimpy clothes, more, let's just say this: black women have curves. Okay, majority of us have curves, and it doesn't matter what we wear; it will always have that sexual tone to it. We're not trying to. Majority of us are not trying to turn you on or we don't want to have sex with you. That's not what the intent is. If you put a person that has a lot of curves and you put any clothes on them, you're going to see the curves, but they're telling us to be ashamed of the curves. The curves are sexual, that you saw what the lady said, whether you're a prostitute or a whore or you're this or you're that. They have to name it, categorize it, and make it evil. And so that same body, and you put a white face on it, all of a sudden, oh my gosh, look how amazing her breast looks. Look how amazing her ass looks. Look how amazing this whatever. But they put it on us, darken the skin, and all of a sudden it's dirty, right? We got some comments in here. Baby Eiffel says, that's right. Exactly. It is precise. It's the women's and precise. Oh, there we go. There we go again. I am sorry, people. We had a power issue where I live. The power went out, and now everything is all over the place. So again, we're sorry for the technical issues. Yeah, Victor said cornbread and rice and peas. Yeah, it's a and then people now are eating our foods. That's another thing, is that you remember when we went in the 80s? I don't know if you remember this whole thing where end of the 80s we saw Caucasian women starting to get rounder bums and whatever, and we were like, what's going on? Are they doing something? Are they eating the foods, or what is it? Too much foods or whatever? But the food, the soul food, yeah. So we had being black became okay. Let's just put it that way. Being black became okay. It really did. And the more and more they learn about our cultures, and I say cultures with an S because Africa is not a country, it's a continent, people. And there's multiple countries inside of Africa and hundreds of tribes, hundreds of different cultures, hundreds of different languages, and we have to realize that. So they took, we saw where the transition happened, where we went from not being liked, not being accepted, to where people went, oh, wait a minute, there's something going on here. What can we do with this? And to where people started wanting, and I'll thank hip hop for a lot of things. Hip hop and R&B really brought us to the forefront in the form of African American, though. In the form of African American, because at the end of the day, we have a majority of people in the media that think that African American are all blacks. Let's be real, right? Here in Canada, if you're a black person, the first thing they say to you, what part of Jamaica are you from? That's the first thing they say. And it's like, there's other countries, right? Huh?
Some people are like
Barbados. Yeah, let me tell you something, girl. When I first came here, right? When I first came here, they'll say, where are you from? I say, Barbados. It's like, where's that? What part of Jamaica is that? Right? And for African Americans, they have to do with the whole, was your grandparent a slave, or they'll think that they can dance or sing or something. It's always some kind of stereotype. And so the Western world, the majority people they identify as black are African American and Jamaican, or you're African. And that's what they go, African. Africa is a continent, just like Australia, just like North America, just like Europe or Asia. It's a continent. So it has multiple countries inside of it. It's just not one place. Okay. So anyways, we're getting off a little bit of the subject here. Getting very passionate about this stuff. So the whole point of the matter is that black women's body, what we have as natural parts of our body, it's not considered beautiful by a lot of cultures. It is considered ugly and nasty and disgusting and hoish and sluttish and whatever. But when it's put on another culture, it's beautiful. It's exotic. That's the word you're looking for. Exotic. Anyways, go on, Teresa. Continue.
That one that you did with the stereotyping, I find that a lot of it comes from, although music has put us on the, what we say, has put us on the map, I find that it also has some parts of it that is damaging, and that's how we get the stereotype from.
Let's talk about the N-word. Now you bring that up. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, the stereotype in our culture, the way we dress, the language we use as self-expression, the N-word.
I don't like that.
Our forefathers.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not call me no ne, no ne, no ne, Don't call me anything like that. Yo.
But no, you find in the same music industry, in the same media, and it's not teaching or having movies that are educational. It's not movies that they have to talk about history. It's like movies just for entertainment. Understand? The movies just for entertainment they have, and they always use the N-word.
Let me explain something to you, right?
You call the N-word?
Okay, so back in the 80s, what happened was the rappers decided that they were going to remove the ER and put an A to take the power away from the ER word. Okay? Well, hold on. It was working at first until rap became a mainstream thing. And when rap became mainstream, now you got the white people going, too. Okay? And you cannot fault nobody. Hold on. I can't, people be like, oh, well, they can't say it. Who are you to say they can't say it? You put it out there and you put it in music, and you know how people are with music. They start repeating every single word.
We can speak about it among ourselves. We can have conversation.
Let me tell you something. If you don't want nobody saying that word, don't put it in your song. That's my opinion.
If another race refers to us as such, then it's all here.
You remember when Justin Bieber had that situation? They thought Justin Bieber said it. And everybody crucified the poor man. I know, and they're all waiting. I'm like, if you don't want it said, first of all, I don't think or whatever, it shouldn't be said. For what reason? There is so many other words that you can use to replace that you chose to take that same word that the white man has put to degrade us. It actually means an incompetent ass. You take it and you put an A on it and you think it makes it different. Now you're giving them the excuse to use that, saying they sing in a song. Okay? No, I am sorry. I do not agree with it. I don't care who writes me, who puts whatever up or whatever on social media. I don't like it. Don't call me that, whatever. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to give it any kind of power at all. Okay? Whatever. None. Zero. Don't go none of that nonsense. It's degrading. You know how many forefathers have died over that word and have fought for that word to be gone and don't want it to be used, and we sit around and now, and this is what part the normalizing comes. Here's where the normalizing comes, because a lot of the stereotypes and whatever that we have now taken and put it into and call it part of the culture. It's not part of the culture. It is not part of the culture. You have placed it in the culture and now call it part of the culture. It is not part of the culture. Okay. So don't tell me it's part of no culture. It ain't part of my damn culture. They'll be coming up and telling me no. Don't try that. Don't try me. No. You will not like that conversation. It's degrading. Okay. Very loosely. And they're trying to say that they're doing it to take away the power or whatever. You want to take away the power? ignore something. That's how you take away power. The same way that microaggressions are used to take away power, the same way that stereotype is used to take away power, is the same way that you can stop using the damn N-word to take away the power from it. If you don't use it, it has no power. That's how ignoring something is what allows the other part to have power. Okay? That's how power works.
Are you see the fashion that Elvis?
I hate that word. I am sorry. I give it no kind of. I remember I had a situation where a friend of mine, she's like, "What's up?" And she's calling her son that. Okay, well, we had our son. You little N with an I sound. Talking about it's endearment. How about you endear something? I'll give you something to endear. So when you have something like that has been, we try to normalize within our culture now, and now other people are hearing it, it gives them the excuse and the reason to use it. And I've seen and I've heard white people using that word, saying that it's part of the culture now. They part of the culture. They part of the culture, the hip hop culture, so they can use it. Are they rapping in and they're singing the words? I've actually gone into gyms, okay, doing CrossFit or whatever. This is a couple of years ago, and that word is blaring on the system. And guess what? I'm the only black person in there. Everybody in there was white. Okay. You know how I'm like, I don't want to give it any power, but it's uncomfortable. Okay, so I left, because we have no one to blame but ourselves, because now we've normalized it. Okay, and that's where normalization comes. How you take in a stereotype and now consider it now part of the culture. Don't come up to me with no culture. Okay, you're not gonna like this conversation. Well, culture. So again, black women are no longer going to be ashamed of their bodies. We have big boobs and big hips and big arses. Some of us, not all of us, are blessed. Okay, but we're not trying to have sex with you. We're not trying to turn you on. And you know how, and this is why I had a problem with Me Too. Oh Lord, this is why I had a problem with Me Too as well. I had a problem with Me Too because it wasn't a problem with all this situation about rape and abuse until the white woman said it. You know how long black women have been talking about being raped and molestations and different things that were going on in the community, and no one said anything? And even when they did, even during the Me Too era, when it first started, and the black women start saying that, because first of all, it was a black woman who started the whole thing years and years ago. But again, it didn't go nowhere. But think about this. You had Weinstein and all that stuff going on, right? The R. Kelly situation came up, right? What did these women have to go do? They had to make a whole bunch of series of videos to still prove that what they're saying. And you know what? That really hurt. Our own people said to them, it's not true. Still. So again, normalization of the black woman and all the crap that we got to deal with that comes with it. If you want to call me an angry black woman, you are welcome to go ahead and call me that. I don't give a damn. I ain't angry and passionate about it. Anyhow, that's the end of our show. Huh? Yeah, I tell you, I get tired sometimes of the nonsense that society comes up with. That I just sit there and just shake my head like, for real, that's what you came up with? You had a whole year to do something, and that was it. That's it. Okay, anyways, that is our show. We're going to do a quick wrap up. So tonight's show was about sexualization of black women, and you can see it goes deeper than that. It goes from us having to do with being called angry black women. I'm probably sure somebody's saying angry somewhere right now with me just wearing that little rant. She angry. Why is she so angry? I am not angry. I am blessed. Thank you. So... I'm having way too much fun. Anyhow, and we just talk about microaggressions, and sometimes you might think people might say you're being too sensitive, or you might feel like something's wrong with you, or you've done something wrong, or whatever. And what it is that it's an aggressive, intentional but subtle discrimination and using stereotypes, to do it. And then we talked about the stereotypes and how they're used. The only stereotype that I hear, black men don't argue. You know what I'm talking about. They don't argue that one. I don't ever hear a black man go, no, that's not true. We all know what we're talking about. And let me tell you, ladies, let me clarify something to you, ladies. I work in a prison, okay? Let me tell you, ladies, okay? The penis comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors in every culture, okay? It's not just one culture. It's in every culture. So relax yourselves a little bit there, ladies. Calm down. Anyhow. And then we talk about normalization, where we ourselves start doing what the stereotypes are about our culture. We start actually doing it within our culture, in our sectors, and there people are laughing, our cultures, and then we start to normalize it by saying it's part of the culture. And it's not. It's just a stereotype that has been micrographed so much and so often that we actually start to believe it ourselves, and we start to live it and display it, So that's it. That's us and sexualization of black women. I know you probably thought it was going to be a little bit more sexy and everything like that, but we were trying to get away from that. We don't want to be ashamed of our body parts anymore. I don't want to be ashamed of my thick lips and my breast size and my butt size and my hip size. And, I don't want to be scorned for that. And anything I put on is going to look like, I'm trying or something like that. It's going to look a little bit sexy to others, but your idea of sexuality has nothing to do with me. So don't try to put your ideas onto me. That's what I'm trying to say. Period. Okay, don't forget, we thank you all for watching. We have too much fun.
When Hillary has her passion about certain topics, so to do that, we pray, and then I have a right.
Yeah.
And when Hillary's on, I can get a word in. When she's on, she can get a word in. So we share the platform.
That's right.
Like that night. So
that's right. All right.
It was a lovely discussion.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, and thank you so much for keeping up with the rants. So yeah.
That we would drop in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can have a read on some of the stuff that we're saying.
Yeah.
And you too can be educated like how we were educated. Well, how Hillary schooled me and our social media partner.
Oh,
and
God.
The whole microaggression and the passive aggression.
Yeah.
The racial and the sexuality issues that we can deal with in the workplace.
Well, black women must be tired, boy, I tell you. Black women are tired. Do you know that black women are so intersectional that if you actually solve the problems of a black woman's issues, you would actually cure the world? You would actually cure the world. Yeah, but they don't want that. You know why? Too much money in the pockets of capitalism. So anyways, that's the other show. All right, Teresa, anything going on for you in Barbados?
Not at the moment. Oh, yes. Strawberries are back.
Ooh, we were waiting for the strawberries to come back for the lubricant.
Strawberries are back.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Well, our lubricants, we went through the testing phase. We passed the testing phase. Yes. And so now we're waiting for strawberries to come back in season. They're back in season. Thank God. And then another thing too is, I got ding. We're going over a little bit by time because the hydro went out, but it's okay. So anyhow, I got a little ding from a podcast that does authors, and he hit me up. So I will be on another podcast doing an interview. So when that happens, I'm going to drop the link here on Hot Tea with Pleasures, and you can hear what I have going on as well. So, with that, I am Hillary here in minus 31 degrees weather in Ontario, Canada, where the hydro goes out while you are doing a live stream. Yeah.
And I'm Teresa here in the beautiful island of Barbados, and it's 79 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
That's my weather for you.
Yep. I remember to hit that, I'm going to do it right, subscription button. And and like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on RSS as well as on Instagram and on Twitter. And Nicolette, thank you so much for hanging in there. She was keeping it going while we got knocked off the air. Thank you, Baby Eiffel, Victor, for coming in. I know Rudy was in there somewhere tonight. I know there are other people in there. Thank you so much. I appreciate all you guys and your support. Thank you for watching. And we will see you next Saturday on Hot Tea with Pleasure. Bye, Teresa.
Bye.
That's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?